Hey everybody, it's been a little while since I've posted a video, but this one has kind of been on my mind and my heart for a little while, I guess on my spirit too. And so as I was flipping through my Bible, I wound up at Jeremiah 29. And so that verse, I've been planning on or thinking about doing a quick little study on that for a while now, video study. So I guess today's as good a time as any to do it. So here we go. Jeremiah 29:11. It's a popular verse. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." A lot of people take this verse and they use it to think that God's going to give them whatever they want, that they can do whatever they want to with their lives and God's going to bless it. They think that it's going to be the big house, the big car, the nice job, all that type of stuff. But that's really not what this verse is getting at. Actually, a lot of people don't realize, but the verse is telling us the exact opposite of that. The you is plural, and God is speaking through Jeremiah to the Israelites, and he's telling them, yeah, I know my plans for you. What those plans entailed was the Israelites actually going into exile for 70 some odd years. Yes, God had his plans for them, and his plans for them was to go into exile under the Babylonians. So, what does this have to do with transgenderism? Well, it's kind of a loose link, but what it has to do is sometimes God's plans for us, a lot of times, God's plans for us don't line up with what we want. You see, the Israelites wanted to stay in Jerusalem and Judea. They thought God would save them from the wrath of the Babylonians. In fact, just one chapter before this, in chapter 28, there's a false prophet telling the people that within 2 years God would free them and bring all the riches back from Babylon into the temple. God's plan wasn't for their comfort, though. God's plan was for them to go through trials and tribulations and for Him to carry them through this difficult time. Taking this back to transgenderism, the same as God allowed this burden of being oppressed by the Babylonians upon the Israelites, God has allowed a burden of transgenderism in your life. And what I would suggest to you is let Him use this weakness in your life. Let Him use this pain and suffering that you're going through as a way to draw you closer to Him. Instead of going through and destroying your body, having parts taken off that God rightfully gave you, and having parts added that God did not give you, instead of having chemicals and hormones put in you that God didn't intend for you to have in your body, how about trusting Him, letting Him lead you through, instead of doing like the Israelites and hoping and praying that He would take away the trouble, the turmoil, the wrath of the Babylonians? How about praying that God will carry you through the troubles in your life? In John 16, verse 33, Jesus' words, red letters here, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." He doesn't promise us an easy time because of the broken, sinful nature of this world. There's going to be troubles. Sometimes they come from the outside, sometimes they come from the inside. But Jesus has already overcome these troubles. I'm living proof, and I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. And I really do believe that Jesus can do this for you too. Don't follow the ways of the world. The ways of the world is just going to lead you to destruction. It's going to give you a broken body, broken spirit, and it's going to set you apart from God's plans for your life. And He's got something much greater, something much better for you in store. It may mean going through a metaphoric Babylonian exile, but in the end, in the middle, in the beginning, and all the way through, God is still there. You guys take care. God bless.